I was talking to my wife about the difference if I would have driven out here and like taken a couple tour dates, it would have sunk in that I was in Nashville, but you just hop on a plane and 2 hours later you're there and you're like, wait a minute, feels pretty surreal, but it's a good kind of surreal. Yeah, making a record with a really talented producer and great musicians. So this is gonna be my first really, I think, cohesive studio record.
Are we falling further? Are the lights that take us home when everyone is gone? Are we breaking tidal to ask the question why? We live and then we die. I think I'm fine. Maybe I'll write you from the other side.
There's kind of two paths of how this record came about. I've always wanted to go to Nashville. It's the place that I thought aligned the most with the vibe that I have as a musician. And I was working with a guy named Dan Sheppers, and he would go out on the road with this group called Deuces Wild, which is a dueling pianos group. And he dropped my CD with Ted, who really loved it.
And I started listening to it when I was on vacation down in Florida with my family. It kind of became the soundtrack of my vacation. And when I got back, I had heard Good Old Days so many times that just for fun at a sound check down at a casino in Iowa, I just knew the first part of it. And Dan was with, and he just popped up on his cell phone. He's like, oh, hold on, do that again.
So take me back to the good old days.
And Dan filmed it and sent it to me, and I was like, man, it's really the way he's voicing the piano notes and everything. It's just beautiful. And so I was like,
hey, do you think I could trick him into playing in my band for my CD release show coming up?
and sure enough, Ted, who is crushing it, was willing to kind of humble himself and just be a side guy and come play in my band. And then we became great friends, and we started writing songs together. And Ted was really great friends with Josh Kaler and started showing me the stuff that he produced.
I introduced Michael to Josh because I knew that Josh was down in Nashville as a producer, and I thought that he'd be really good for Michael's sound.
And I was like, this is the style of production I want. Really, like, vocals out in front, the story leads, the lyrics lead, and the instrumentation is so full, the roundness of the instruments. And I was just like, how does this guy get these sounds? And so we started a dialogue, and sure enough, I was like, this is the way to do it, and work with somebody that I really respected their work.
How do you sing that? I just want to hear that real quick. 3, 4.
Please stay close to me. If you hear the sound of silence, don't wait.
That's how it goes, right? Yeah. It's good. Here's another way to do the song, real quickly. Mm-hmm. We do a verse, that pre-chorus, I like the sound of sirens thing, that's cool. That's the only time that ever happens. So that just sets up the first half of, like, we do a short chorus.
I'm wondering if you need to go to that E minor or F minor right away in the first one. But even like when you start singing, like replace that 6 for a 1.
I also love the idea of the first time being different than the second time.
Yeah.
Like we just have that one little and then I was feeling like a little stop there, and then hit real intentional, like do the thing.
Hear me loud, louder than the voices in your head. Do you hear the words I spoke onto the frequencies I said? And the headlights in the dark will be here sooner than you think. This is ours. Tonight we take it.
The other piece of how this record came about is the path that led me to being able to put, funds together to be able to make it. I would play every Thursday night at a club called Ziggy's in Stillwater. And this couple came in one night and was really into the music, and there was just an immediate camaraderie.
It was almost like a date night, because we'd go there Thursday nights, listen to Michael, after the show we talk a little bit. That's kind of how it progressed.
And so they would just keep coming out, and our friendship grew to the point where one day we were sitting in Cannon Falls at a winery that I was playing at, and I basically learned their whole life story.
It just seemed like it progressed. The more conversation we had, the more we got to know him, the more we were interested in wanting to follow him in his career and his music.
And then I just mentioned to them what the next step of my career would be, and that would be going to a Nashville or an LA or a New York and making a cohesive record with a great producer. And it was something that they wanted to partner with me on, and it was something that they had faith in.
It's almost like loaning a buddy a car. It's not really anything more than that to me. It's, to be able to invest in the journey and to be able to do what we've done here even, it's awesome. And the thing with Michael is he's such a genuine guy. There's no fake with Michael. I mean, what you see is what you get. So it was a pretty easy decision for us. So.
She said, please send pictures of home, 'cause I was born more like on the road. There ain't no part of me that's alone.
I knew that if they made an investment and wanted to back this record, they weren't going to tell me how to make it. They believed in what I was doing organically enough to just say, here are the keys. We just believe in you. Go make something that moves you, and hope that it moves, whoever hears it and leads to something big for you. And so they've been amazing.
It's pretty mesmerizing just to sit back and trying to really take it all in. But yeah, this is our first time in Nashville, so I think we're just in awe of the whole music scene and being in the studio. That was
pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
And that's the power of music, is like these people could wander into a bar and have this superficial interaction, request a couple songs. We keep in touch, we learn each other's story, and now they're like family to me, and I treasure all the time that we get to spend together. So.
She said